Many old Hollywood stars changed their names to create more glamorous, memorable, or Americanized personas that fit the studio system's branding ideals. Here are some famous examples. Marilyn Monroe, one of the most iconic figures in Hollywood history, was born Norma Jean Mortensen in 1926. She was later baptized as Norma Jean Baker, using her mother's married name. As she began her modeling and film career in the 1940s, studio executives felt that her given name lacked the glamour needed for stardom. They sought a more alluring and memorable identity to help launch her career. The name Marilyn was suggested by 20th Century Fox executive Ben Lyon, who thought she resembled Broadway actress Marilyn Miller. To complete the transformation, Norma Jean chose Monroe, which was her mother's maiden name. The combination created a name that sounded both classic and sensual, perfect for the image the studios wanted to project. Marilyn Monroe quickly became a symbol of beauty, charm, and vulnerability, embodying the mystique of old Hollywood. Her name change was a key part of her reinvention, helping her transition from a struggling young woman into a global icon. It's a prime example of how identity was often shaped by the studio system. Cary Grant, known for his suave charm and impeccable comic timing, was born Archibald Alec Leach in Bristol, England, in 1904. After moving to the United States as part of a theater troupe, he began pursuing a career in film. However, his birth name was considered too British and awkward for Hollywood standards. When he signed with Paramount Pictures in the early 1930s, the studio insisted on a name that better suited a romantic leading man. They came up with Cary Grant. Cary was borrowed from a stage character he had played, and Grant was added for its strong, simple sound. The name gave him a refined yet approachable persona, helping him reinvent himself for American audiences. With his new identity, Cary Grant rose to fame in classics like Bringing Up Baby, North by Northwest, and An Affair to Remember. His name change played a crucial role in transforming him from a British vaudeville performer into one of Hollywood's most beloved and enduring stars. Judy Garland, one of Hollywood's most beloved performers, was born Frances Ethel Gumm in 1922. She began performing at a very young age with her two sisters as part of a vaudeville act known as the Gumm Sisters. However, their name often drew laughs from audiences, and it was considered awkward and unmarketable for a rising star. In the mid-1930s, the family decided a name change was necessary to help Frances stand out. The surname Garland may have been inspired by a theater critic who praised the sisters as a garland of talent, or by fellow performer George Jessel. Judy was chosen by Frances herself, reportedly after hearing the popular Hoagy Carmichael song Judy. The new name had a friendly, timeless charm that better suited her stage persona. As Judy Garland, she quickly rose to fame, especially after her iconic role as Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz, 1939. The name change helped distance her from her vaudeville roots and gave her a fresh identity that would become legendary in Hollywood history. Tony Curtis, a legendary actor known for his roles in Some Like It Hot and Spartacus, was born Bernard Schwartz in 1925 in New York City to Jewish-Hungarian immigrants. In the early years of his career, Curtis struggled with being pigeonholed due to his ethnic background, as Hollywood at the time was highly focused on Americanizing its stars. In a bid to appeal to broader audiences and advance his career, he chose to adopt a new stage name. He selected Tony Curtis, a name he felt sounded more American, glamorous, and marketable for a leading man. This transformation was common during Hollywood's golden age, when many stars changed their names to fit a more commercial mold. Curtis's new persona helped him shed any ethnic stereotypes and led to a successful career in films, making him one of the era's top actors. His name change reflects the industry's tendency to mold its stars into idealized figures, often at the cost of their true identities. John Wayne, one of Hollywood's most iconic actors, was born Marion Robert Morrison in 1907. Though he had the potential for a career in film, his birth name posed a challenge, especially in the rugged world of westerns, where a tough, masculine persona was crucial. Marion was considered too feminine for the roles he aspired to. When Wayne signed with Fox Studios, they suggested a name change to help craft a stronger, more masculine image. They chose John Wayne, inspired by the Revolutionary War hero Mad Anthony Wayne, whose name evoked strength and bravery, fitting the cowboy image that would define him. The name change marked the beginning of a legendary career in which Wayne became synonymous with Western films and the quintessential American hero. He starred in countless classics such as Stagecoach, The Searchers, and True Grit, solidifying his status as a Hollywood legend. The decision to change his name was a pivotal moment in Wayne's career, helping him become the towering figure in cinema history he is remembered as today. Lauren Bacall, renowned for her sultry voice and iconic film roles, was born Betty Joan Persky in 1924. She was of Jewish descent, and at the time, Hollywood often preferred more Americanized or glamorous names for leading ladies. To enhance her image and make her more marketable, Bacall's name was changed to something that sounded more sophisticated and exotic. The name Lauren was chosen for its elegant, refined feel, while Bacall was taken from her mother's maiden name. This transformation helped solidify her as a Hollywood star. Bacall's name change was just one part of her reinvention by the film industry. She quickly became known for her distinct voice and captivating presence, starring in films such as To Have and Have Not, 1944, opposite Humphrey Bogart, whom she later married. Bacall's decision to change her name was a key part of her Hollywood persona, making her a timeless symbol of glamour and elegance. Joan Crawford, one of Hollywood's most famous actresses, was born Lucille Fay LeSueur in 1904. Her original name was considered unappealing and unmarketable by MGM executives, who were in charge of her career. They felt that LeSueur sounded too much like Sewer, and it didn't fit the glamorous image they wanted to project. To solve the problem, MGM held a public contest to rename her, and the winning name was Joan Crawford. This new name gave her a more sophisticated and alluring persona that worked well for the roles she would go on to play. Crawford quickly became one of the most popular actresses of the 1930s and 1940s, known for her strong, glamorous roles in films such as Mildred Pierce and Whatever Happened to Baby Jane. The name change helped transform her from an unknown young woman into a Hollywood icon. Her reinvention, including her name change, was a perfect example of the Hollywood studio system's ability to craft stars for the screen, molding their identities for maximum appeal. Rock Hudson, one of Hollywood's most beloved leading men, was born Roy Harold Scherer Jr. in 1925. Early in his career, he struggled with being typecast due to his plain, unremarkable name, and the studios felt it didn't have the star power they needed for a heartthrob. To craft a more marketable identity, Hudson's name was changed to something that sounded both rugged and memorable. He was given the name Rock Hudson. Rock was inspired by the Rock of Gibraltar, symbolizing strength and masculinity, while Hudson was borrowed from the Hudson River, adding an American feel to his new persona. The name change worked wonders, helping him rise to fame in the 1950s and 1960s as one of the most popular and handsome leading men in Hollywood. Starring in films such as Giant and Pillow Talk, Hudson became a symbol of classic Hollywood charm. The name change was crucial in shaping his successful career, solidifying him as a major box office draw. Natalie Wood, a beloved actress known for her roles in West Side Story and Rebel Without a Cause, was born Natalia Nikolaevna Zakharenko in 1938 to Russian immigrant parents. In Hollywood's golden age, it was common for stars with ethnic-sounding names to change them in order to appeal to mainstream American audiences. Wood's original name was considered too foreign for the roles she sought. To fit the mold of a Hollywood leading lady, she adopted the name Natalie Wood. The first name, Natalie, was chosen for its elegance and simplicity, while the surname, Wood, was inspired by famed director Sam Wood, who helped launch her career. This new name helped her craft a more Americanized, approachable persona, which worked to her advantage as she became one of the biggest stars of the 1950s and 1960s. Natalie Wood's name change played a significant role in her rise to fame, and she went on to become an enduring figure in Hollywood. Her career spanned several decades, earning her acclaim for her talent and beauty. Rita Hworth, one of the most glamorous stars of Hollywood's golden age, was born Margarita Carmen Cancino in 1918 to a Spanish father and Irish-American mother. Early in her career, her name and appearance reflected her Latina heritage, which studios feared might limit her roles due to the racial and cultural biases of the time. To broaden her appeal and fit the image of the all-American leading lady, drastic changes were made. Her name was shortened and anglicized to Rita Hworth. Rita kept a hint of her original identity, while Hworth was taken from her mother's maiden name. Beyond her name, her appearance was also altered. She underwent painful electrolysis to raise her hairline and dyed her naturally dark hair auburn to align with Hollywood beauty standards. These changes helped launch her into superstardom. She became a 1940s icon, known for films like Gilda, and was famously dubbed the Love Goddess. While her new identity brought fame, it also symbolized the pressures many stars faced to erase their heritage for success in old Hollywood. Dean Martin, born Dino Paul Crocetti in 1917, was the son of Italian immigrants and raised in Steubenville, Ohio. Growing up speaking only Italian until he started school, Martin faced a language barrier and early struggles. As he entered the entertainment industry in the 1940s, it became clear that his ethnic name might limit his mainstream appeal. To create a more universally marketable identity, he changed his name to Dean Martin, a simple, strong name that better suited the suave, smooth persona he would become known for. Martin first gained fame as a nightclub singer, and later as one half of the comedy duo Martin and Lewis with Jerry Lewis. Their popularity soared through radio, television, and film. After the duo split, Martin launched a hugely successful solo career in both music and movies. He became a key member of the Rat Pack, alongside Frank Sinatra and Sammy Davis Jr., and hosted the long-running Dean Martin Show. The name change was crucial in helping Dino Crocetti transform into the effortlessly cool icon remembered today. Ava Gardner, born Ava Lavinia Gardner in 1922 in Grabtown, North Carolina, became one of Hollywood's most enduring screen goddesses. Unlike many of her contemporaries, Ava did not undergo a dramatic name change. Instead, she simply dropped her middle name, presenting herself professionally as Ava Gardner, a name that was already elegant, distinctive, and easy to remember. Discovered by MGM after her brother-in-law submitted a photograph of her, Gardner was quickly signed despite her strong Southern accent and lack of acting experience. MGM focused on refining her image rather than changing her identity completely. With minimal alteration, Gardner's striking beauty and magnetic screen presence helped launch her to stardom. She gained critical acclaim in films such as The Killers, 1946, Megambo, 1953, and The Barefoot Contessa, 1954. Ava Gardner's rise showed that sometimes the right name didn't need to be invented, it just needed polishing. Her success, built on talent, beauty, and a name that exuded natural charm, made her one of the most iconic actresses of the golden age of Hollywood. Kirk Douglas, born Isser Danielovich in 1916, was the son of Jewish immigrants from Belarus. Growing up in poverty in New York, he worked a variety of odd jobs before pursuing acting. As he began his career, his birth name was seen as too long and ethnic for Hollywood standards at the time. To make himself more marketable, he first used the name Isidor Dembski, a version he adopted during college. Eventually, he chose the name Kirk Douglas, a strong, masculine name that fit the tough, heroic roles he would become famous for. The change marked a turning point in his career. With his new identity, Douglas rose to fame in the 1940s and 50s, starring in classic films like Spartacus, Lust for Life, and Paths of Glory. He became known for his intense performances and distinctive chin dimple, earning a reputation as one of Hollywood's greatest leading men. Despite changing his name, Douglas remained proud of his Jewish heritage and often spoke about it publicly later in life. Shelly Winters, born Shirley Scrift in 1920 in St. Louis, Missouri, came from a working-class Jewish family. When she pursued a career in acting, she quickly realized that her given name lacked the flair and memorability needed to succeed in Hollywood's competitive industry. At a time when many actors were encouraged to adopt more glamorous or less ethnic names, she reinvented herself as Shelly Winters, a name that was breezy, distinctive, and well-suited for movie marquees. The transformation helped distance her from her modest upbringing and opened doors in both film and theater. Winters began as a blonde bombshell in the 1940s but later transitioned into serious dramatic roles that showcased her depth as a performer. Her powerful acting earned her 2 Academy Awards for The Diary of Anne Frank, 1959, and a Patch of Blue, 1965. With her bold personality and versatility, Shelly Winters maintained a long, respected career across decades. Her name change marked more than a shift in identity, it was the start of a journey from aspiring actress to one of Hollywood's most enduring talents. Fred Astaire, born Frederick Austerlitz in 1899 in Omaha, Nebraska, was the son of Austrian immigrants. From a young age, Fred showed a natural talent for dance and began performing in vaudeville with his sister Adele. As their careers progressed, their management and family agreed that Austerlitz was too long, foreign-sounding, and difficult to market in the American entertainment industry. To create a more graceful and appealing image, they adopted the name Astaire, a name that retained a touch of European flair but was sleek, elegant, and easy to remember. The name change proved a smart move. Fred Astaire became a legendary figure in film and dance, known for his groundbreaking choreography and effortless style. He achieved worldwide fame for his partnership with Ginger Rogers in a series of iconic musicals during the 1930s and 1940s, including Top Hat and Swing Time. Astaire's name became synonymous with sophistication, charm, and unmatched talent in dance and performance. His new name not only helped launch his Hollywood career but became a lasting symbol of golden era glamour and artistic excellence.